Alright, so in this video we just wanted to do a little bit of a live trade type of setup here. You can see that what you're looking at here is a 2-minute chart, intraday analysis type of stuff, and it looks like we're breaking above this neckline right now. We'll talk a little bit more about the whys in the setup going forward. It looks like we're setting up a little breakout point right around this 52 zone. If we can get an actual close above this neckline, as it looks like it fails right now. But what I've been looking at here this morning is you can see that when you take a look at the hourly chart, alright, what I've been noticing here is the fact that the market has been going down here on the hourly chart, but the MACD histogram has been going up. This suggests a bullish condition, which we call convergence. When you talk about convergence, you can see here that this line underneath these two low points here has been going down, and then you can see how the MACD histogram has been losing strength, and so the trend of the MACD histogram has been going up. This suggests that if you were to extend this line out in the future and extend this line down here in the future, then they would basically converge at some point. So the way I'm looking at it right now is that you can look at your 10-minute chart and notice that the stochastics are moving up very nicely here. You have the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder being formed, and sure enough, the market is basically complying with the setup at this point. Now it's just a matter of getting executed, and as long as we can stay above this neckline, then I like the idea of let's see this moving back up to the potential 36 handle. Go edit my properties here, and as you can see that we are at least above this neckline, so I'll be using this neckline as a little bit of support. The idea here is that we need to stay above this neckline. We'll use it as support, and then we'll continue higher, and we'll see how this develops. So we'll check back in a moment. So again, what I'm looking at here is I'll redo the tool unless I get pulled into this trade. Looking for an entry right around this 35.50 level. I think that's going to be a pretty decent level to pay attention to. You can see here this fib extension tool, taking it down to the low where the head is, and clicking the first time, and then dragging it up to the top of the first leg, and then pulling it down. And as you can see here, when I drag it down to the bottom of the second leg, it gives me my extensions. Let's see, I gotta uncheck some of these projections here. Let's go hit save as default, hit OK. Alright, so all of the you can see right now we're running across this 61.8% projection. Okay, so we've already ran 2/3 of the distance of this first move pretty much, but that's not really what I care about. What I look for are the big numbers here, so I expect it to go the same distance as the main one. And the anticipation is that we work our way up to 135.79. As this market continues to develop, you can see that we have a breakout point here, and so this is where I've basically taken a rudimentary measurement from you can see this trend line here that I've established, and what I did was I measured the trend line to the lowest point below the trend line, and then I copied that line, and then I moved it over here to the breakout point, and that suggests that the market will actually take us up to 136.05. Okay, so if we can get this back into 135.50, let's call it, as long as we can stay above this neckline, I think that we have the potential for this market to push back up. I was waiting for a little shocker. Try to shake out the weak longs here. So you can see that the market is stalling right now. This is good for the bulls. Thinking that we get like a one more kind of just a quick, there we go, quick push. Alright. And so now the anticipation is that we start to bounce off this level. As long as we can stay above this neckline. It doesn't look like it wants to stay above the neckline here, but got to give it its chance. You see that it's trying, and there again, pulling back here. This is the entry, not up through this breakout point. You want the safest entry possible. Usually, you can get a pull back into the breakout point, and then the market will hopefully respond to it. So as you can see that when you have these type of trend lines, you wait for the market to break out first. The second step is to wait for a back test, and this will help you minimize the risk, and then you enter as closely to the low, well, usually of this neckline as possible, or this breakout point. And you just got to be patient here. You know how much you're going to risk on this trade, and you let it be. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. It's just one of those type of trades that from time to time it's not going to work. So considering the higher time frames, talking about the daily chart, the market looks like it's weak and that this probably could fail. But there again, just going to let this work its way out, try to scramble out of it. And if I get a push right back up, then chances are I'll probably just exit the trade for a flat, get out of the trade as quickly as possible, and then move on to the next trade. Alright, so now that the market has basically bounced off of this 35.40 level, it looks like 35.43. I'm going to put my stop just below that. That's going to probably stop me out at -6 or something like that. But you can see here that we came back up to the bottom of this trend line. Now we're getting rejected, which is suggesting me that this market is going to go lower. And so I just got to take this off if this market continues to trade around this level. So again, not really working out is this breakout point. The idea though is that if we can get back above 50, I'll reassess the situation, maybe consider taking it again. You can see that we continue to bleed through here, so that's going to do it for this one. Looks like it's trying to hold up, but it's probably a matter of moments before it actually does slip through. Looking at the other markets as well, you can see if you're looking at the pound is doing okay, and the Australian dollar are doing alright as well. Alright, that's it. Alright, so just talking about this trade once again. We were looking at it earlier in terms of getting faked out the last time that we tried to break out above this neckline. So this time I'm wondering if we're going to be able to actually hold it. You can see the kind of dramatic push that we had off of this level, pushing above this most recent trend line here. So the anticipation here is to see if this market will be able to stay above this neckline. You can see that we've had a back test here, and this is what you want to look for when you have a breakout point. Looking for a retest of the level and then a continuation order flow in that direction. The idea here is that the market continues to run up here after it's broken through this level of resistance. You have this this trend line here. Now that we've broken above it, it's up to the bulls to maintain the continuation order flow. Another situation that I'm looking at here is that we have this minor uptrend line underneath you, and this is important as well. So if we get any kind of push into these levels, it looks like right now the market is holding up, but anything can happen. This is a weak counter trend move, and you have to be aware of this, considering that the downtrend is in force on the daily charts. So this could fail. But looking for short-term order flow back up here a little bit. We've just hit a pretty decent level of resistance when you go take a look at the hourly time frame. You can see here that there's a 61.8% projection level that I'm looking at, and we'd have to do a little bit more advanced review on this so you can understand what I'm talking about. But the most important thing that I'm looking at is the fact that the market broke out here, and we should hold these levels, looking for this trend line here to be kind of like the neck and the line in the sand here for this move. So again, just waiting to see if this market will comply here, and if we'll basically shake out the weak longs by trying to move below this and then work our way back up. I don't want to see the kind of activity that I saw the previous time where the market just basically went up, pushed up, and then rolled back over. I like the idea here. Considering the time frame, you can see here that the market pushed up pretty strongly above this level, and then we pulled back. And now this is the entry point, similar to earlier where there was a breakout and we tried to buy the entry point. It failed. This time it looks like the entry point is actually holding. So moving my stop to break even, already up 12 pips on that, and you can see that we're back up to this level here. Just remember that anything can pretty much happen here, but the most important thing that I've been talking about is the fact that the market has just now opened up something like 15 minutes ago, and they gave you the energy that you need to push up through this level. You wait for a pullback down into this trend line. Yeah, the market tried to slip through it, but that's okay. Remember, as long as it doesn't close below that level, things look all right, and that's what you want to see. Now, as per the people that were trading multiple lots, you try to take off a majority of your position into this order flow, into this move up off of this level. And so you have, like, say, a third of your position left. The idea again is that, most importantly, you can see here that we had this trend line that we were establishing, and the most important thing is that you can see here that the market ran into resistance, broke out, and then look for the retracement here for a back test of this level, and then sure enough the market responded to it. And this is where you enter. You let the market basically run through the level first, and you can see here that the market is basically trying to hold up here in the euro, looking for more upside potential. But this is what I talk about in terms of a fantastic type of trading opportunity, and sure enough turned out to be a great entry. So interesting, looking for pullbacks. The way this market will trade, as long as we continue to trade higher, looking for this trend line to hold, and then rally off of this up into this this high 70s. You got the 80s up here, and it looks like we're building on price action, so looking for more upside potential here.